And hello and welcome to the Kent Holste podcast right here on YouTube. I'm so glad that you joined the conversation today by clicking in the comment spot and being a part of the community that we so often talk about here on the podcast. So let's get into it. So obviously, here we are in 2025. We just said goodbye to 2024. And I got to tell you, so far, 2025 is so far so good for me. I mean, I can't complain because everything has been spectacular so far. And it's only because I think I'm approaching this year a little bit differently than what I have in years past. And what do I mean by that? I'm putting in more effort to just slowing down, trying to listen, trying to understand things, and carry on things that I took on from last year, which was taking things slow and enjoying life as it comes and not rushing to get out of it and all that other stuff. I want to make this year better than it's ever been before. And how am I going to do that? I'm going to just prepare myself for what could come and how I'm going to handle it. Because there's so many times where I think in life we get on edge for whatever reason it may be, whether it be because of stress life with work, whether it be stress life at home with kids or with your spouse. It all depends on what's going on in your realm of your world. And for me, it's just doing what I just described to you at the beginning. Those are my most important things that I need to do with my life. Why? So, number one, I can be a good son, a good father, and it's everything that is very, very important to me. And it's because in the past, I'm not saying I didn't take life 100% seriously, because I didn't. I would even say it wasn't even at 50%. I think it was way less. And because of having cancer and because of finding out other health issues that I have to now watch out for, because it's at the point of life or death. It's, to me, it becomes then continue to live my life taking risk of not surviving, or taking the necessary precautions to live a life where I'm going to be able to see a future for myself and for my kids and for my kids' kids' future. I want to see my grandchildren. I want to see everybody around me grow. And what's funny is in the past I talked about, my parents sent me old photographs from my birth all the way to when I graduated high school. And every now and then I flip through those photos. And the more I flip through those photos, I'm beginning to realize more and more about what my parents were trying to do. And the more I look at them, I realize that the lifestyle that I was living back then was way beyond what I deserved. And I want to give that same experience to my kids. I want to give that same experience to my grandkids. And in order for me to do that, I have to make significant changes. And anytime a new year pops up, all of us talk about New Year's resolutions. We all talk about things that are important to us for a better new year. my question is to you, how many of you actually make those goals and actually succeed at accomplishing them by the end of the year? I bet you the number is staggering about how many people say all these goals but never live up to them. The biggest thing that I've seen in my life is with New Year's resolutions, people always talk about weight loss. That's one of my issues that I have to deal with myself. But at that point, people are always investing into workout equipment, and they always say, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. But halfway, not even halfway through the year, it ends up collecting dust. And the biggest thing I hear from people is, oh, I'm going to use my wife's workout equipment that she never uses. I'm going to use my husband's workout equipment that he never uses. It's back and forth. But the issue is we don't accomplish it. Are we setting goals that we purposely cannot accomplish? Or are we setting goals that we know are going to take effort, but are able to be accomplished if we set our mind to it? And the biggest question, too, is, are we setting these goals, these outrageous goals, knowing that it's not possible, just to come up with a goal, just to have something to work for, but you don't care if you get to it or not, if that makes sense? Because if you're doing that, you're not accomplishing anything. You're not doing any good with your life. What's the point of making a goal if you're not going to fight for it? That's like going and joining a team and trying to win a championship, but you're not putting forth the effort to practice, to maintain your health, for your fitness, to be strong at what you do within that sport. You're not going to accomplish anything. In fact, you're probably not even going to be able to play because there's going to be other people who are taking their position more seriously than you by performing and doing strengthening and all that and doing the right things to get where they need to be to get to that goal of winning a championship. But in any team, you have to have a plan. You have to have a coach. You have to have someone there to encourage you that is going to be good to lift that spirit of yourself up. So you can have that person next to you encouraging you. Do you have that? And maybe it's not just one person. Maybe it's multiple people that encourage you, that tell you that this is what you need to do to accomplish your dreams. But this is the other thing that happens when people try to tell you what you need to work on. Are you taking it too personally? Are you taking the information that they're seeing from you, and are you listening to what they're saying because you know that they care? They're trying to give you advice. Or are you taking it the wrong way and taking it as an insult? Because I know in my life, there's been plenty of times where people have tried countless times to help me, but I refused to listen. Not only did I waste their time, but I wasted my time. Because here these people are trying to give advice, but I'm not willing to listen. What is the point? My point is, and one of the things that I know I'm struggling with, I saw one of my friends on social media promoting something that they're doing with their life for a job. And I thought what they were saying was very vital, was very true. And I was thinking about my life and I was going, yeah, that's what I'm going through. And I reach out to them because I know after listening to it, the only way I can get better from that problem that I have is to learn how to become stronger from that, to not make those mistakes so there is success, so there is a good future. And so I want to take that seriously. What about my job? Here's another example. There's a lot of jobs out there that if they truly want their company to be successful, they invest. They invest to other third parties who can teach their employees to be stronger at what they do. Now, in my case, my job is doing that. And man, I am learning so much from that third party company. They have taught me things that I've never even realized about myself and how I say things, how I do things, how I approach things. So I'm taking notes as much as I can, and I'm studying those notes because I want to make sure that I'm giving my customers the best experience possible. And why would I want to do that? And the answer is very, very simple. It's because I want to make sure that I can put a smile on somebody's face. And if I can show my heart, my sincerity to other people, I know they will have that experience that they deserve. Now, my question is to you, are you invested into your job in that same way? Because I know a lot of people that go into their jobs, they only put as much as they want to because it's just a way to collect a paycheck. And those people are hard to work with. They don't care. They don't want to be a part of a team. They care about themselves. But I have always wanted to be a team player. I've always been there for my team. And it's not, and I should stand corrected on that. It's not my team. We're all together. We're a family. That's a better way of putting it. Because it's not me that creates a team. There's no I in team, right? It's important that maybe it's a goal for you this year that you spend more time trying to figure out how you can be a team player at your job. So my question is for you for this new year of 2025, and I apologize that I know this is late. Here we are as this recording is being done on the 17th of January, and we're already into this new year. Hopefully all of you have goals and New Year's resolutions set in mind that you want to do with your life for this year. And if you haven't yet, what's holding you back? What's the hurt in trying to come up with something for your life so you have something to look at and accomplish? For me, I also have in my office a board. I write stuff on it. Sometimes I set goals. Sometimes I set reminders. I even have think and be positive on it. My theme. You know, it's important to have these things in your life so you can become stronger as a person. Because the issue that I see in our world today is confidence. People struggle to believe in themselves because of what they're possibly not receiving from other people. People like gratitude. People enjoy being told that what they're doing with their life is good. But when no one talks, no one says anything, no one gives those positive affirmations, one may start to think that maybe what they're doing with themselves and maybe what they're doing with their lives isn't working. And worst of all, they may be thinking to themselves, I'm not good enough at what I do. No one should feel that way. So in the comment spot, please, let's talk. Let's help these people who need a confidence boost. Maybe people who need encouragement to make 2025 the best year that there has ever been. Look at the way the world is today. War. We got natural disasters. We got neighbors fighting with neighbors. Countries not communicating well with other countries. We got Still to this day, countless marriages ending because no one wanted to work together and to communicate, to be a team. We have people in this world that would rather be hurtful than be positive and encouraging. There's people in this world who would rather try to paint a bad picture upon another person just for self-gratification. There are people in this world who would rather not be themselves and lie and put this fake front about who they are as a person just to get by in life. This needs to stop. And maybe I'm looking at this because of my faith. Maybe I'm looking at this because I'm looking at it from a different aspect because of what I've been through this past year. Maybe I'm thinking this way because I'm looking at social media, I'm looking at the news, and I'm seeing all these people that need encouragement, that need positivity, that need someone there to tell them everything is going to be okay. What are your goals this year? Why are these goals so important to you? Why is it important for people to set goals? Why is it that we need to be a community and help other people with their goals? Because there's phenomenal people that are willing to help, that are out there just waiting for someone to contact them that want to help. People that want to be with people that want to lose weight, that want to be more strong with their finances. People who want to go to therapy and be good at communicating and maintaining their composure and wanting to be a better person, not just for themselves, but for their kids, for their families, for their spouses. Doing these things at the beginning of the year and setting yourself a game plan is the best thing for your personal success. Because if you don't have something started now, what are you going to do when something comes up? What are you going to do when there's a financial hardship? What are you going to do when there's a loss in a family? What are you going to do when there is a job position that comes up and you know you can do it, but you just don't feel it? That you have the motivation, that you have the confidence. What are you going to do? Ask yourself that. Look at yourself in the mirror. Don't make it awkward to talk to yourself. I'm joking. It's important here, folks. Come on. That we work together as a community, that we encourage others to be at their best. Because lately I've seen more and more people leave this earth. Some have accomplished every dream, every goal humanly possible. Some were cut short. Some didn't have a chance to reach for that dream or cross that bridge or reach that mountaintop. Why? It could be because of any situation. But I know for my life, I don't want to leave this world knowing that I didn't put 125% to what I was doing. Because it's all about having a positive attitude in your life. It's about having faith, not only in yourself, but in God. It's about doing everything humanly possible to make every moment the best that you can make. because in my eyes, every person is the best in the world. To me, every person is amazing at what they do. They are the great one. So let's push and strive to be at that. Just because you fail or come short one day doesn't mean it's the end. There's always tomorrow. We're just 17 days into this new year. There's no reason to stop and quit just because something didn't go your way. Talk about it. Let's figure it out together. Let's be this community. Let's join together. And let's be kind. And if you don't have anything nice to say, just like my parents said when I was growing up, don't say anything at all. I don't want to block your comments. I don't want to do any of that. I want positivity. That's what this is about. It's time for this anger, this negativity to stop. It's time for these trolls online to stop making up accusations just to create issues. It's time to come together and reach for somebody's hand and say, I'm here for you. Let's do this together. So what are you going to do that now? Not tomorrow, not the next day, not 17 days into the next month. Let's do it today. Let's see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? You fail. You get knocked down on your knees. You get back up. You try again. That's what life is about. We are not in this time and place for no reason. We are here to make an impact. We are here to build others up. That's what we are called to do. You know, I recently invested into a new Bible case. And I was very, very picky when it came to my Bible case because I wanted something that I could look at. And when I looked at it, not only did I know that's the home to God's word, but I wanted to make sure that it was a place that I knew that I were to look at that Bible, that book that God has given me for a roadmap for success. That if I were having the worst of day or if I was having the best day ever, there was a message on there that would remind me of what I needed to do in any case, in any situation. And that's Joshua 1:9. Joshua 1:9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. So whenever I look at my Bible, in big bold letters in the front, it says, be strong and courageous. And on the back, it shows that Bible verse. You see, that's what is important to me. Reminders. Whether it be that note on my whiteboard in my office saying, think positive, whether it be the Bible case, whether it be the multiple sticky notes wherever I go reminding myself to be positive. It's the encouragement that I need to keep moving forward, to keep doing what I can, not what I can't, to succeed. And I think all of us are able to have that same experience if we put that effort into it. So let's do it together. If you need help doing this, search for the people that best suit what you're looking for, and they will help you. They're not going to judge you. They're not going to make fun of you. They're going to walk you through it. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of talking about your feelings. Yes, talking about our personal matters is difficult because it is embarrassing. It is hard. But if you're not putting forth the effort to overcome those obstacles, nothing is going to change. Your goals are not going to go anywhere. They're just going to stay in one spot. So what are you going to do to change it? You going to believe in yourself? You going to hype yourself up? You going to look at yourself in the mirror and say, you are the best at what you do. Let's make an impact. When I go to work every day, I try to be positive. I try to encourage my team, my teammates, my family. And at the end of each message, each morning, I end it with, now let's put some smiles on faces. Because that's what we need to do. If we're not putting smiles on other people's faces, what are we doing? If we aren't making an impact, what are we doing? If we are not setting goals, what are we doing? If we are not succeeding in life or not progressing in life, what are we doing? And maybe, just maybe, if we were to do all these things the right way, maybe we would see less numbers of suicides in our country. Maybe we will see less numbers of divorces. Maybe we will see less jobs getting fired, people getting let go. Maybe we will see less terrorist attacks. Maybe we'll see less countries being angry at each other. Maybe we will finally see peace. And if you're searching for that peace, what we are talking about is the first step. Let's make 2025 the best year it could ever be. Let's make this YouTube channel the best it could ever be by subscribing, ringing that bell for all the latest and greatest new content that is on all of the Kent Holste podcast YouTube channels, whether it be the Corner Ropes, whether it be our Community of One podcast, or whether it be right here on the OG Kent Holste podcast. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let's do it today. Let's spread the word. Share this podcast on your social media. Say, this is a podcast you need to listen to. This is one you need to subscribe to. Because it's about being a community. It's about being one. It's about being there for others. So let's do it today. And until the next time we talk, think and be positive. Do what you can today, not what you can't. And I believe in you. Don't you think you should too? And if you see someone who served our country, whether it be our police, military, fire, or even the hardworking people in our medical facilities, shake their hand, give them an elbow, give them a high five, give them a slap on the back. Do what you can to say thank you, because you never know how much that might impact their day. And most of all, thank you for listening, and God bless.